Gentleman Prospector. Top of the morning to you. We're having some Goldgers in your cup. Today's episode of Goldgers in your cup is brought to you by Adventures in Michigan with Lisa. She's the one that gives us these amazing mugs. That's good stuff. And we're going to be running The Dragon's Breath by James Stoddy. This is a bag of pay dirt that I won off the Brian and the Twins benefit. And it is 1 gram guaranteed. I have never seen the Dragon's Breath. These are some cool bags, but we're getting ready to tear into this and see what it'll do. First off, I don't know if I'm going to need to classify this or not. I don't know if I'm going to need to sluice it or if I should just pan it. So we're going to check it out. Look at these amazing people. Look at this. Choo-choo. It's the train conductor himself, Hobo Rob. There's Zaxxon. Howdy, Zaxxon. David D. Got Brewers in the house. Fran. Morning, Fran. Hope you're doing well. Hope everyone's doing well. There's Maniac Mining. Whoop, whoop. Rum BBQ. Howdy. Rich, top of the morning to you. Happy Tiger 8. Holy schwa, look at all these amazing people in here on this Friday morning. So I am going to open this bag while I'm reading chat here. Maybe. Looking at it, it does look like it's going to need a little classification. It's got some bigger stuff in there. Let's have a look in there. Can you guys see that? Oh yeah, definitely need. Oh wow. Oh wow, Mama Bird's going to freak out. She's going to love this. Wait till she sees this stuff. The Dragon's Breath. I want to save that bag for sure. Absolutely. Wonder why. Rent said, my stomach hurts. Lisa! Top of the morning to you. Here's some Goldgers in your cup, Lisa. Does that cup look familiar? Oh, that's a good quality cup right there. Oh, wow. Check it out. Check it out, guys. It's a golden dragon. That is so cool. That is too cool for school. One of the two, right, Ranch? The meat lover's egg sandwich on everything bagel with cream cheese. Or it could have been the drinking I did last night. It's got to be the sandwich. You can't be the drinking. Modern Michigan Prospector, welcome in. For those of you that don't know or haven't seen, Modern Michigan Prospector is going to be on panel live with Money and Mama Bird Monday. It's going to be a good time. You guys don't want to miss it. I can't look at this. It's a piece of a geode. I have no clue. That looks like quartz with, and I'm bumfuzzled. I don't. It's carbon looking. That's running through it. The lines. Oh wow, piece of amethyst. Be a rock, yeah. Well, that's a guarantee. Guarantee you, it's a piece of rock. There is some cool stuff in here. There is a ruby or a garnet one. I don't know how to tell. Hit it with a black light. I got a black light right here. It is not a ruby, it's a garnet. Yeah, Monday we're gonna be going over the package that he sent us. There's several of them garnets in here. That's cool. Big old chunk of pyrite. I'm gonna pour that stuff in here. Mama bird's gonna want to go through this stuff. That is awesome. Awesome touch. Also got this cool dragon's breath koozie, decals, and a cord. This little cute little tiny vial, a little pan. And I really like this. I'm proud of this. This is the third one of these that we've gotten. Pretty cool. Got one from Mandy's Candy. Got one from Aqua Donkey. And now we got one from James Stoddy. The Dragon's Breath. The Golden Dragon. No, I didn't see a big nugget. But there might be one in there. I promise you the bowl's right here, Brewers. It ain't going nowhere. Well, I will tell you, Modern Michigan, this came from Wrench's Repair and Prospecting fundraiser that he did for Brian and the twins. I won it from the Golden Dragon, James Stoddy. And since then, since I won this, I have actually learned who James Stoddy is, and he's a pretty cool dude. JP and Wrench and Brewers, and there was a few of them out there that helped me out with that. He's an awesome guy. Steven Stark, howdy howdy. Exxon Ghazali. Well, top of the morning to you, Exxon. Well, I'm going to plug this in. Let me look at this. That's pretty good looking stuff. Let's sluice it. You want to sluice it or just pan it? Look at the Golden Dragon. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Nope, it's off screen. But that is cool. That is awesome. I want to buy a bag and acquire that sticker, right? Isn't that the coolest thing? And it says Prospecting and Motorsports, Golden Dragon by James Stoddy. And they are some cool stickers. And they're all very close, but they're all very different too. All three of them that he sent. Pretty cool. What is that? This is a sluice box. This is the Prospector Dream Switchback Sluice System. Pan it. I can pan it. Heck yeah, I can pan it. I don't think that we need to run it down the, to be honest with you, down the sluice looking at it. Let's give it a go. Let's pan it out. You want to? You want to? If I'm going to do that, then I'm going to need to move the camera over here just a little bit. Let me turn the light on. I'm reading up some chat here. Unfortunately, I ran out of data. I want to leave you playing on the laptop. Right on, Rob. Appreciate it, brother. Get that light turned on there. Let me adjust this camera just a little bit here. I'm going to bring it around here where you guys can see what I'm panning. right there. Do a little zoom in on it. I've got my water already, got my catch pan in there, got my panning pan in there. I do have a surfactant added to the water. What is a surfactant, you might ask? Well, surfactant breaks the water tension. It actually makes water wetter. Surfactants come in many shapes and sizes. There's a lot of natural surfactants out there too. A lot of people don't know this, but egg whites, milk, some of the sunflower oils, them are all natural surfactants. Anyway, you can get me information on this pay dirt so I can try to buy one from him. Well, what I can do is I can send you a link to his YouTube channel, and I believe his contact information is on there. I don't have his contact information. So, I don't know what the black sands are going to look like in this, but I do have my magnet here so I can see it's loaded. It is 100% loaded. This looks like Missouri sands whenever I pulled that out of there. Yeah, that's got a lot of black sands in it. Just not even touching the material. Just running it over it. That Neo picks them up. But we ain't scared of no black sands. We ain't scared at all. Alright. Tell you what, we're going to go ahead and we're going to throw another scoop in there and another scoop in there. We're going to juice it up a little bit. What's the name of this pan? That is a sluice fox pan. And I'm going to tell you what, Dan, as far as now, Mama Bird loves the sluice fox pan out in the field. She's got a bigger one. This one here is, they call this the 10-inch pan. It's got a 7-inch bottom in it. Little higher than most your pans are, and the concave in here is much deeper. As far as micro gold goes, whenever you're panning out, cleaning up micro gold, I love this pan. We've had this probably, these sets of pans, I don't know, 15 years at least. I use a Garrett Super Sluice pan on when I'm out in the field. I like the big pan. Definitely got the water muddied up. I like that. Means it's real dirt. Means it's real dirt, man. We have given away an awful lot of these sluice fox pans. We give away a lot of Garrett pans too. Garrett and sluice fox are my two favorite pans. A lot of people ask me, because of my age, when you first started panning, did you pan with a metal pan? No, I panned with a plastic pan. They've had these forever. This is one of my very original plastic pans. It's an old Stanport, and I'd even hate to guess the age of that thing. I was just a young man whenever I got that. Maddie's, howdy Maddie, welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. It's Friday, we made it. Hey, no worries. I appreciate that, Maddie. Thank you. And tell Johnny I said hi. We know exactly what it's like, as everybody in here does. We'd love to go and watch everybody's stuff and stay and visit. you just can't do it. There's just not enough time in a day. But we did catch a little bit of wrench last night. That was a pretty good show. Wrench is always a good show, though. With John R. and Zaxxon. Never tried the Garrett. You're going to need one of them, Modern Michigan. Absolutely. I love the Garrett pans. They are absolutely my go-to pan out in the field. I don't like the Garrett finish pans. Well, it didn't take long to start seeing color. Big old chunky gold just popped up right there. Yeah, that's and that's a good way to do it. And YouTube guilt is real, guys. I know we got a ton of friends out there, and anytime we miss one of their lives or those specials, we get YouTube guilt, and it's a real thing. This is loaded with gold. Holy cow, that's nice gold, too. That's nice gold. Look at that coming up out in black sands there. See that? Whee! Come on with it. Brian and the twins. Howdy, howdy, Brian. Hope you're having a good morning. The Mind Lab set. Mind Lab, and you know what? You're either a big fan of Mind Lab or a big fan of Garrett. For some reason, people don't like them both. I got both. I got Mind Lab pans as well, and I like them. I love the Mind Lab classifiers they have. I'm checking this to see if I got any micros coming down there. Because this material does look 100% red, like it's creek material. It didn't come out of the sandbox, let's put it that way. Lots of gold in there. One reason I stopped coming up on panel because people were getting mad that I was showing up at one person's show and not somebody else. Yeah, and that's it too. That's another thing. I don't want to make nobody mad, but at the same time, you got to do you. I mean, and Brewers is always welcome on our panel. Always, always, always. As is Wrench and Zaxxon and the whole gang. They're always a hoot to have on panel, too. But as much fun as they are to have on panel and talk to like that every week, and to go on their panel and talk with them and be in chat, they're way funner whenever they're in person. These guys are. I'll tell you what, we have a good time. We have a good time. Today's word talk about Scream help to prove this isn't a pre-recorded, he says. Well, I'm not going to scream nothing. I'm a grown man. I don't. It's going to take a lot to make OGP scream. I can see all the garnets in there. I'd say that's probably what he gets the Dragon's Breath name from, because it is loaded with some garnet sands. Fun stuff to pan. And I was going to sluice this. Guess I still could. Right, Wisconsin? I don't know why you're not a mod, but you are now. So you can make sure you're connected with these channels and they're connected with you. That's what it's all about, sharing that love, guys. And it's free. And anything free is worth saving up for. Yeah, I'm bummed out about that too, Brian. But you know what? There's going to be more. There's going to be others, and that's all okay. That looks like a diamond. That looks like a diamond. I'm going to pick it out, whatever it is. It may be a fake diamond. What was that? Cubic zirconium? It looks pretty cool. Pretty nifty. Got a little piece of wire gold there that just don't want to cooperate. That's all right. You got to train your gold, you know. It's like you do your dogs and your cats. You got to train them. You got to tell your gold, say, gold, get over here. Go over there. Go where I tell you to go. Listen to me, gold. Jetting like that. And them 3 scoops that I put in there is just loaded. That's a 3-scoop pan. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Let me get my snuffer bottle here. Shuck it up. See if I can catch up with chat. Right, Lisa? I don't think there's any of us that's in here that is omnipresent, so we can't be everywhere at once. But you know what? All we can do is do what we can do, support everyone that we can support, and just let them all know that you know, even if we're not there, we're there. You know what I mean? That good Goldgers. Yeah, Mama Bird will definitely want to save them. Are you talking about this one? At 0.159 right there? 0.159. You know, that ain't a very big nugget by no means. But for around here, that's a dandy. I'm not scared of that material. So we're going to put a half pan in there. We're just going to split it up. You want to? Bill Snodgrass. Howdy, howdy. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, you know. Starting your channel to cheerlead with others. You know, and that's kind of... I started my channel to share the love and spread the kindness. And that's really all I expect to get out of my channel. Is just friendship and kindness with people. Shake, 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 Sonora, shake it all about. A pugget. It's a picker nugget. I like that. I don't think I ever heard that. I I may have, but not something that I chose to retain. Modern Michigan Prospector was talking about having two people with superpowers on there. And you guys, anyone that's met GP knows, exactly what his superpower is. And I take it that he's about the same way I am. ADHD. But the thing is I know a lot of amazing gold prospectors that are ADHD. A lot of them. And I can tell you that superpower sure helped me out my entire life. When I was a kid, it was one of them things that they try to take away from you. But once you learn to harness it and control it, it works pretty good. Loads of black sand, loads of black sand. Dina, howdy. Welcome in. Hearts of gold. Would pan with ADHD process any day. Any day. Yogi Bear, howdy, howdy, welcome in. £8 in 2 days. That sounds like one of them there stomach bugs that when you get done doing your business, you got to stand up and walk off of it. You know what I mean? I'm not exactly sure. I know we got about 3 extra days planned for the trip that we're taking to Wisconsin, and we are hoping to get up to Michigan. I want to definitely see my brother Jason E. Miner. Wouldn't mind seeing AU Diver, Greg. That'd be pretty fun. We need to moderate you, Yogi. I just noticed that you wasn't blue. There you go, my friend. Oh, nice, Wisconsin. Well, you'll see us at one of them. We're going to be going to one of them. I'm not going to mention no dates or nothing because the Wizard don't want, unless you're a member of his team, he don't want you to know the dates. It's not that he's keeping them from anybody. He just knows there might be an overrun at the place. But we're all booked up. We got us we rented a cabin. That's what we did because we're driving up from Missouri. I was going to pull the camper up there, the RV, and just stay in the RV. And as cheap as them little primitive cabins were, it's like, hey, and I'll get this cabin here. It's right close to the bathroom for Mama Bird. They got a shower house, it says. So we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a good time. out there at the Tucson Gem Show. Very cool. I can understand that and relate to it. Alright, we got that down almost to straight black sands. Pull a little bit of lighter stuff off here real quick. And we'll start working on the black sands. Dorothy, howdy, howdy. Welcome in. We've been to a lot of places that's got some really good gold in them. We've got some places here in Missouri that hold some decent gold. The trouble with Missouri is, unless you own the property, it's pan and scoop only. We got so much national forest here. The Mark Twain National Forest. Yeah, I bet you do. I like your camera angle. It's shooting over your shoulder or from the other side. No, I've got it in front of me. Usually I do it from the other side, and I pan upside down so that everybody can see it, the pullback on it. But I wasn't as prepared this morning. And I usually use my tablet to read chat off of. And I left my tablet running last night on, and it was all but dead. There's some big, what I call pickers coming up there. Look at that. Holy swow. That's a schwuck moment. Holy schwuck. Excuse me. Tim, good morning. Yeah, them are some nice pizzas, aren't they, Hearts? Unfortunately, most of the gold we got here, or at least unless you find an outcropping, but most of the gold that we have around here is byproducts from the mining, and it's all pretty small stuff. We do love them St. Francis mountain range. Tell you what, it's got some wonderful gold in it. Some of the heaviest black sands that I've ever seen. Now, there's a waterfall there where Brewers is at that's got some pretty heavy black sands as well. I'm going to tell you, because I had a bag off of Brewers last year, and man, that was a lot of fun. It reminded me a whole lot of our Missouri black sands. I call them Impasa sands. Mama Bird and Joe calls them fat lip black sands. Yeah, that's some beautiful gold. Man, I can't believe that. Definitely. That is definitely a picker. Anytime you're doing I mean, everybody's got their own way of panning. I like the back pan because it's like I'm getting 3 chances on the gold before it goes into the catch pan. But anytime I'm back panning like this and there's a big chunk like that, there's another one of them little diamond things or whatever it is. I like to leave the bigger pieces of gold up in the black sand as long as I can. That way they don't slide back down the pan. That black sand will help hold them. There's a nice flake trying to get away. Not going nowhere, flake. That's a dark chunk of gold. I like that. And another one, and another one, and a big old garnet. Jack and Danae! Howdy, howdy. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday morning. We're doing some Dragon's Breath by James Stoddy and having some Goldgers in your cup. And this fine cup was gifted to us by Adventures in Michigan with Lisa. She participated in the Groundhog Challenge, and one of the things that she accomplished was going to her local coffee shop, and while she was there, she picked me and Mama Bird up a couple of cups. Pretty awesome. That is definitely a picker. It's a picker. Some of these pieces of gold that's in here are like roly-polies. They're almost perfectly round. Super fun to pan. This is super fun to pan. Dorsey says they're going to hit 34 today. We're supposed to hit 61 today. Woo-wee. Somebody else said that. Oh, Jack and Danae. It's supposed to be 70. 70 by Monday. Can you believe that? Love it. I'm going to tell you right now, if it's 70 degrees Monday, it's going to be hard to keep GP away from the creek. I may just go down and do a little fishing. You know what I'm saying? See if I can. You got to be smarter than a fish in order to catch him. At least that's what I was always told. That's a hell of a pan. I don't see any of the little tiny powdery micros like we get a lot of around here. Got 8 inches of snow almost 2 weeks ago, still there. Yeah, almost, we got 17 inches of snow is what the weather claimed. Here at our place, it was more between 12 and 15 inches. But it's all but gone too. Where there's shadows at, you know, and it's shaded areas, we still got snow on the ground. But other than that, it's pretty much gone. And when it's gone, it's gone. Thing about snow is it'll be back. You ain't gotta worry. It's coming back. Well, I said that about no micros, and as soon as I said it, when I finished that pan out, let me see if I can get that zoomed in here. We got a micro. And there's a high probability. Now, I don't know where James got this material at or anything about it, but it's high probability that was natural occurring. As small as that is, it's hard to manage gold that small until you get it all clustered together. And see, this is my third chance at it as I'm panning to make sure I didn't miss any of the micros or anything. And that deep groove, if I roll it back and forth while it's in there, it'll expose any gold that might be in there. And I thought that I seen a piece go down whenever I was panning that. That's why I wanted to check it real hard. I thought I seen a little tiny, yep, there it is. I thought right. I got lucky. Well, he's going to be in a nuffer bottle now. There you go. Yeah. Hey, Nick, welcome in. I'm going to dump, now that I emptied that, these bigs. It's got all them garnets, them cut garnets in there. I'm going to dump that in there and have a look at it real quick with you guys. Big old hunk of looks like melted silver. We're definitely going to pan this. I think I do see a little piece of gold there. So we're going to pan the bigs and we get this one done. Omega Stacking, howdy, howdy. Welcome in. We'll make you a standard moderator so people can connect to you real easy and you can connect to them. Hey, Georgianne, howdy, howdy. Hope you're having a wonderful day. There's a little Goldgers in your cup. Mm-mm-mm. I'm waiting to slow melt so the ice will crack on the creek so I can pull the dredge off the water. Right there you go, Cottonwood. Well, we had a pretty solid meltdown the last 3 days here. And whatever's left out there, I would say by tomorrow will be completely gone. Because it's supposed to be 63 degrees tomorrow, or 65 maybe. Supposed to be 70 on Monday, 61 for a high today. Of course, this is Missouri. That's not going to last. But it'll give me an opportunity to get my boat ready for snagging season coming up in March. I'll be able to get it ready, hopefully, them warm days. Well, thank you, Tim. Appreciate that. Oh no, Georgianne, I hate to hear that. Yeah, I would too if we was allowed to run a dredge here in Missouri. We're not. We can run one on private property. And you can run one if you have a dredge permit. They won't give me a dredge permit. I sent my application in twice with the application money. They kept my money for the application, but I got denied my dredge permit. That's okay. I'll keep after it. We'll keep trying to get one. On private property here, though, we can dredge, but we can't dredge any place else. Missouri's got, they say that we are a prospecting friendly state when you talk to the state officials, but they sure don't seem like it. You know what I'm saying? Rules are for everyone, and I get it. And I am that guy that follows the rules. Hart, Karen, you have a great day. Me and Mama Bird be seeing you Monday. I seen that short you put out on the golden heart that Mama, that's handmade. Mama Bird made that for you. We got the Modern Michigan Prospector going to be co-hosting Monday. I do, and then I know that Dina's going to be coming on Mama Bird's live stream before long. They've got them two girls have got something cooked up there that they're going to be doing. It'll be fun, I'll promise you that. And then when he gets around to it, Otterman's going to be on a panel on one of our lives and panning out the floor sweepings that we sent him. He's been crazy busy at work, and he's also just got through replacing or pulling his stove out of his downstairs area because it was cracked, his heat stove, and he's having it welded. My brother Carl Miller Outdoors. Howdy, howdy, Carl. Hope you're having a good day. I talked to Carl a little bit ago. He's got a brand new sticker design, and Carl's printing them up. He's getting the stickers out, and as you guys know, I include. If you guys send me your stickers and send me, a lot of them to where I can share them, I include them in our sticker packs. And Carl will be sending the new ones up. Carl and Jason are on panel with us all the time. We're all good friends, and we like to support each other. And Carl is trying vigorously to get down here with us in April, here in Missouri with me and Mama Bird, for the camp out, prospecting, fishing, and I'm going to tell you, Carl will have such a fun time. I sure hope he can make it because it's gonna be a good time. Carl likes to do all the same stuff we do: prospect, fish, hunt, adventure, anything outdoors. He's all about it. Anytime that we got an opportunity to play with our pal Carl, we want to do it. And plus, that'll give Carl an opportunity to meet Joe and Hopper, Justin. I'm not going to say no other names. I'm just saying the names that I know is in Missouri that'll be there. David Maynard, he said he's coming. But there's a bunch of us coming. A bunch of people you guys know. This is it's for Mama Bird's birthday bash. I call it birthday bash. It's just a camp out. I rented the group site. That's what I did, and it holds a bunch of people. Primitive camping. It's got two outhouses on the campsite. It's inside the national forest in a highly rich gold-bearing area. If you guys ever do any research on Missouri and Missouri gold, look up the year 1860. And in southeast Missouri, that's when the first real gold strike in Missouri happened, and it was pretty phenomenal. And then the Civil War came along, and from what I get from the stories from the old timers and from the different people, the locals, and a lot of the people that had filed claims died during the Civil War, and nothing was ever done. And then in the early 19th century, that's when the U.S., the federal government, started acquiring all the lands and stuff to make national parks with. Teddy Roosevelt helped with that. He was a hunter. And he was a Missourian. Big old pile of gold coming through there. Well, good luck with that. Hey, man, don't cut yourself, brother. You're like me. You get into your work too much. Lieutenant Idleman. Howdy, my friend. Hey, Brian, Indiana Creek Gold. Now that man is a dredge master. I tell you what, he's just an all-around great prospector and a great guy. You know, I was, another nice little garnet, I was hoping to meet up with him last year, me and Mama Bird was, and storms come through. We took damage, property damage and different things from the tornadoes here, but one thing led to another, and we didn't end up getting to make the trip. But Brian and I have become, I think we're good friends. I mean, we text each other all the time. He's huge into hunting, loves bow hunting just like I do, gold prospecting. And we're about the same age. So, we can relate to a lot of the same stuff. Love them garnet sands. But we're going to be coming back through Indiana in May on our way back to Ohio, our annual Ohio trip. We always go to the GPAA claim up there, but we also attended Rose Nose Monkey Fest again this year. We had such a great time. Right on, yeah, do man. There's not a doubt in my mind, Brian. I'm telling you, brother. You know, I compliment all these great channels and that have been around. Our channel next month will mark the second year that we've had our channel running. So we haven't been around very long, but I've learned so much, if just about YouTube by itself, from these great vicars like Brian at Indiana Creek and Rich A3 Sky Warrior, and I mean the list just goes on and on and on. Jason the Flyer Gold Wizard. If by nothing else, just by watching their shows, they have great shows. Always have great fun. But Brian is really the one that taught me how to set the giveaways up. He does a lot of giveaways and stuff as well. And you know, there's a lot of legality to doing a giveaway on YouTube. You can leave yourself open to some issues if you don't cover all your bases. And just by watching the way Brian sets his up, he taught me how to do it. The rules and regulations and all that. We need good vicars like that, good people. Uh-oh, what's Brewer got you drooling over? Deer roast potatoes is what I'm having for lunch today. Oh, yeah. That do sound good. You know, it was so warm yesterday that it got up to 59. Of course, by the time supper time rolled around, it was only about 53. That's still damn warm when been in single digits for as long as most of the Midwest has, man. But I grilled some ribeyes last night. I got the beefsteak out and grilled some ribeyes. We had ribeyes and loaded baked potatoes, and it was really good. I mean, it ain't deer roast good, but it's good. Midwest Gold, howdy, howdy. Got 23 incredible people in here. And guys, if you haven't already subscribed, that's why I try to make everyone moderators. If you haven't already checked out these other channels and subscribed to them, please do so. Because it's free. And anything free is worth saving up for. On my channel, I do channel shoutouts and stacking silver, gold, copper, and EDC knife reviews. Yeah, OC Omega, I actually have one of your stickers as well. I think I got it by proxy. It come from Weldon Carey, I believe. I'm not sure who it came from, but I do have one of your stickers. But, or I have one that says Omega stacking on it. Heck yeah. And there's the real Mr. Hogan. Shut up, Hogan. He sent me an email this morning. I'm not going to tell you what the contents was in it, but let's just say it was very constitutional. Nah, he made me laugh. GP needed a good laugh this morning. And my pal Hogan, he got that done. He made me laugh. Appreciate that, bro. Yeah, this here is the Dragon's Breath, Hogan, from James Stoddy. It's the bag I won on the grinding twins benefit. And it is fun. You'd like this. I'm going to tell you, buddy. You know, I was going to run it down the switchback. Hogan's got a switchback as well. I was going to run it down the switchback, and that way I knew I caught everything, because I can't say enough good stuff about the switchback. And trust me, you guys know this too. If it was no good and didn't work, I'd say that. It don't work, you know. Or even if it worked and I just really didn't like it, I'd say that. But the switchback works good. And it's very interactive and very fun. I think that may be one of the things I like the most about it, is that you don't just feed it. There's other stuff you have to do to it. You know, it reminds me of an actual wash plant, like you had a big wash plant set up. It's just scaled down, but the stuff that you do to it to be successful is a lot like it. You know, you got to keep the grizzly bars clean. You got to, you know, make sure that the cells are generating and doing what they're supposed to do. Man, that is just loaded. Look at that. Look at all that shiny. Good day and heavy pans, everyone, from Freeman. Well, Freeman, you know what? You coming in here with that positive attitude, wishing everybody a good day and heavy pans. You just earned yourself moderation. Welcome to the Gold Kingdom, my friend. Glad to have you. Here's a little Goldgers in your cup. Nerdy Prospector! That's the winner of the Groundhog Challenge, right there. Nerdy Prospector won first place. James Masterson won second place. And my brother Carl, of Miller Outdoors, took third place. And everyone that participated, oh my goodness, them videos, I love them. I got another fun scavenger hunt challenge coming up, but I can't announce it yet until after Mama Bird does her monthly members live, our monthly member giveaway. Oh, you guys should see some of this stuff that she's got. She's got a complete outdoor themes for the members giveaway. You guys will get to see it. But anyway, I got another fun scavenger hunt kind of game that I hope everybody that wants to participate in does. And I'd like to get, you know, another 8 or 10 participants that says that they will do this stuff. You can't always do that because life comes at you hard sometimes. You just can't do nothing. See another micro in that, 3 of them actually in that last pan. So there it is, other than the bigs. Right on. You know, and you guys will have plenty of opportunity to get in on it. Plenty. I'm going to classify this down and get some of the big chunks out of them because, as you guys know, they'll destroy the way you pan if you do have any of those. Some of these big chunks rolling down there. So I'm going to break her down there to an 1/8. Half flat to an 1/8 inch, and that'll separate a big chunk of them. Here's the, show you that 1/8 inch stuff. There's a lot of garnets in there. There's a rough garnet. There's a cut garnet. Beautiful piece of quartz. Pyrite. It's all good stuff. Good. Making sure there wasn't no fluorescence in there. But I'll say this and let Mama Bird go through it. But for now, I'm going to pan these bigs out. I think I seen a piece of gold in there. Lots of rubies in there, or garnets in there. Lots of pyrite too. You see that pyrite? Some big chunks of it. But these garnets are, these are really cool. Who doesn't like a well lapidary garnet? $27 amazing people. I appreciate that. I feel very humbled. So does Mama Bird Omega. She just, I tell you what, she loves rocks in general. She used to, when we were just kids, we thought we were growing up. 40 years ago, when we were just kids, just getting together, and dating, getting married. It'll be 39 years this year. But anyway, the story I was going to tell, she used to, we'd be out doing adventuring, and she'd bring a really cool rock over to me, and she'd say, "Look at this, how cool is this? I mean, what do you think this is?" I said, "It's a rock, Mama Bird." "No, I mean, really, what do you think it is?" I said, "No, I promise you, it's a rock." I'm about to get all them garnets picked out of there. Or at least most of them. I don't know about all of them, but I'm about to get most of them picked out of there. Yeah, see that? There's the piece of gold. You guys see it? We just as well take that out, because I already got picked up. See that? Take that out. That's a big old picker. I gotta weigh that. I gotta weigh that picker. Hell, I got gold on the scales. I forgot I was messing with that last night. You see what that weighs? 0.123. You know what? It's not as big as the Missouri picker. Yeah, baby. It's in the snuffer bottle now. Score, exactly, Brian, yeah. All right, now I'm going to pan it, because something tells me there's probably more of them in there. I just got, one of them moments when your spider senses start tingling. And then all my tailings, everything that I panned off in the catch pan, I'll just run them down. Make sure there's no tiny little Little flower gold in there, run down that switchback. That booger's still worth picking, yeah, absolutely. I pick it up all day long, bro. I love to have a place where that's all it was gold dust size. No complaints here. Mm-mm. Ah, good enough. Let's pan this back. I see a piece of silver. And another piece of gold, another picker. Look at here. Nice. Nice. Right, nerdy? You know me too well, girl. I get a little excited when there's another piece. Another nice piece. There's another nice picker you've gotten us into. When I'm prospecting, and anybody that's ever prospected with me, and we hit gold, OGP, I get so excited. I love it. Another piece of silver. There's another piece of gold. That's what we're here for. That's what we want to see, man. Yesterday, the mailer received a package I was not expecting from Vendetta, and he sent me the 20. Awesome! Now that is awesome, brewers. You know, last year we sent Otterman our floor sweepings, and we had so much fun with him, and he did such a great job that we sent them back to him this year. Last year he won them. This year we just gifted him the floor sweepings. But I will tell you, I don't know how much gold's in there, but it looked like a significant amount. It wouldn't surprise me if there was well over a half a gram in there. Some of that schist. Get the schist out of the way. Oh, that's a pretty piece. That's a pretty piece of gold. That's one. That's a nice picker. That's one of them roly polies that I was telling you about. Let's see if I can show it to you guys. Suck it up. I believe we got it all. Well, that is definitely a 10 out of a 10 when it comes to the fun level. And I'm going to say that it's a 10 out of 10 when it comes to the gold, too. I thought I seen a little tiny micro down there. That's why I panned that back. You guys see that little micro that I was looking for there? I thought I seen him slide down earlier. Got it. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, what's that? That's how me and Mike Pong tested Creek Drop, was on floor sweep. He's very cool. Yeah, trust me, Indiana Creek, Ryan, just go to his channel and watch any of his videos or shorts. They're very, very, very good, very entertaining. Let's do a snuffer dump, you want to? That is a load of gold. Absolutely, and Mike Vendetta, he prospects a lot with Rich and Brian too in Indiana. Of course, you knew that already, bro. I ain't telling you nothing you don't know. Look at that. Look at that galaxy of chunky monkey gold, guys. Holy wow. I see nothing since then. Right on, Brian. Have a great day, man. Stay warm. Spring's coming. It won't be long, brother. I will do that. I'll do that, Modern Michigan. Well, that looks way big. There's GP's big old finger there for size reference. I don't know if I got any change in my pocket. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that's way over a. There's a penny. That's way over a gram. Make sure. No, I got that pretty clean. That's pretty clean gold, guys. That is pretty clean gold right there. That's the dragon's breath right there from James Stoddy. 1 gram bag. Bag number 4. Got it from Brian and the Twins fundraiser that Wrench put on last month on the 15th of January. Right, Dorothy? That's what it does. It looks like at least 1 1/4. Get this snuffer bottle back together here. I'm gonna dry it out. There's like a unwritten law on YouTube that you don't weigh anybody's gold. I'm not real, you know, if it was gifted. This was, it's kind of purchased, kind of gifted. You know, you had to buy ducks to get in there. That was the purpose of the donation on the donation race. Let me zoom that back out a little bit. So I am going to dry this out, and I am going to weigh it. I'm not going to show it. But if you want to know how much it weighs, get a hold of me. I'll let you know. Yeah, that's some nice shiny. Thank you, Lisa. Tim says 1.30 is his guess, you know, and it's going to be close to that, guys. It really is. I can tell you that a lot of times them big chunky pieces will fool you on weight. It's all about density. But if you have that, if you had a pile of gold like that, let me show you. Let me show you some of our mountain gold here. This is from last year, what we haven't given away, but that's the gold we get out of that tiny powdery stuff. But that's little pile right there, you see? There's a few grams in there. And, you know, it's all about the density. That's what it comes down to. Really, Dorothy? That's awesome. And everybody said that too. Everybody said the same thing that you did. And you know, the community in the kingdom is just polite anyway. They're not going to say, "Oh, you know, look, that's junk. You know, that sucks." Well, on some people's they will because it really does. But for the most part, nobody's going to bad lip anybody like that. Torch of terror going here. But this is the first bag that James thought he did. And you know, I feel so bad because James had been a member of our channel for quite a while. And I didn't even know that the Golden Dragon was his channel. So I feel really bad about that. But thankfully I got good friends like JP and Rose and Grease Monkey and Pinger. And them guys, there's what that looks like inside there. Big boy. They explained to me exactly who he was. And I appreciate that. I'm going to take my brush to that. Make sure there's nothing stuck. I don't see nothing in there. I do see just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of black sand on there. So while I got it in this aluminum, I'm just going to take this really strong Neo and run it over it. And that is garnet sand. That is not hematite. Well, I got it off, whatever it was. And when I pulled that sand off, I pulled a tiny little piece of gold out with it. But I think I can get it with my tweezer here. That tiny little piece of gold. So I'll put that back in my tray. Beautimus. Beautimus to the Maximus. Alright. Put my moon on there, tear my scale out. Modern Michigan, you have a great day, my friend. We'll be hollering at you. That's 0.159999 for sure, says Nerdy. That's awesome. Well, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, that is an absolute yes. If y'all, I'm not going to show you what it weighed, but it's well over a gram. Uh, I couldn't recommend this pay dirt enough. I mean, it's good dirt. I have no idea what it sells for, or if he sells it even. He may just do giveaways with it. I don't know. But this was a great bag. This was a fun bag. It was guaranteed 1 gram, way over the 1 gram mark. It blew right over that, which we knew it would just by looking at it. Someone panned too fast. I'm sorry, I'll try to slow down. Wow. It's like, Lisa, it's like you can see the scale almost. Wow. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And we got it. Well, that was such a fun bag. And I will later on run that tailings out down the switchback just to make sure. Just make sure that I panned it out. But y'all see me pan it. I think I did all right. I think I did a fair job anyway. Fair to middling. I'm gonna set my chair up here. I'm gonna turn my camera around so I can look at you guys and talk with y'all for just a minute. I don't even know how long I've been on. A little over an hour. Been on a little over an hour. There we go. That ought to work. That dog ought to hunt. Maybe. I didn't even know that little golden dragon was in there. Look at that. That thing is cool. That was my best dragon call. That was all I had. I'm gonna hang my bag up here with my other bags. I'm gonna put the stickers over here and my koozie with my other koozies and stickers. Hang my classifier back up. I'm gonna scoot the chair over here. I'm gonna sit down one time right here. And I can see you guys, and you guys can see me. There he was. I bought mine when he was first starting out. Really, Dorothy. So Dorothy probably has way more information than I do on it. Yeah, that's very cool, dragon. I think that's pretty cool that the golden dragon has a golden dragon in his bag. That's kind of like Mama Bird has Mama Birds in her bag. How do you train your dragon? Wasn't that a good movie? I mean, it's a kids movie or family movie, you might say, but wasn't that a good movie? 26 watching and 46 likes. I like that odds. Well, with the weather changing like it's been doing, I've been super busy with the Groundhog Challenge and the Valentine's Day uh, dono duck races. That's all over, and I'm going to be able to get back to some Goldgers in your cup more often during the week. And it's soon as the buckets in my shed are thawed out enough that I can dig out of them. I got two sitting in the house that I brung in. Well, I got one bucket of cons and one partial bucket that Mama Bird's going to run whenever she's under the weather a little bit. When she gets to feeling better, she's going to run that at some point. I wanted her to do it. That's the one I got the .159 gram picker out of. And like Megadog says, what's in the bottom of that bucket, GPL? I don't know, but there's in a 5 gallon bucket, it's probably 4 or 5 inches tall deep worth of material still in there. So they gonna be something in there. I guess they may not be. Hell, I don't know. Fairly close. Fairly close, Hogan. And you know that's what Lisa guessed as well. And I think you two got the closest to it, to what was in there. Hey, Ringo, welcome in, my friend. Yeah, yeah, nerdy. You know, I've had these for a long time, and most of what's it here, I would not all of them. There's a couple here that I've seen like at rummage sales and different things, and I was like, oh, I want that, you know, like $2 or something. But most of them was passed handed down over generations. I've got some really old stuff here. This one right here is probably, I don't know that it's my oldest, but I think it is. I think it is. At least the rod part of it is. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell or not, but it's square and it's fiberglass. There's no graphite there. I mean, they didn't do the graphite way back then. Uh, and it's got an old 600 reel on it. Now, this belonged to my grandfather. His name was Odie Buzzard. Uh, and he gave it to my father, which was it, the grandfather it belonged to was my mom's grandpa, not my mom's dad. So it's my great grandfather. But he actually he fought in the Civil War. This was one of his fishing rods, and I also have the musket loader rifle, handmade by Noel out of Tennessee, that he used during that time period. You know, I've got that on display up by our fireplace mantle and stuff. But yeah, this one is broke. The reel is. It's no longer functional. I could repair it, but I'm not going to. I'm the one that broke it. I broke it when I was just a kid. And what Pops hadn't give it to me. I hadn't had it very long, and I ended up breaking it. But I was just a kid. But yeah, I like this old Johnson here too. And it is that Johnson Century reel, model 1008. Pretty sweet. It too is square fiberglass, cork handled, all aluminum. And then this old bait casting reel. I mean, it's a Langley. That's a Langley reel. And it works still. And listen, that's smooth. The level one, everything works on it. I've pulled this one apart several times and cleaned it, and I've never fished with this one. I've never fished with it, but it was a hand-me-down as well. It's the Langley Streamlight. Yeah. Now I got my old lures up here. A lot of fun. And the reason I brung him in here, I was getting to that, was for Zaxxon, because, you know, he's such a great guy, Zaxxon is. And he's always, you know, got so much camaraderie, and it's just great. Nice, Hogan. Uh, Stony Creek Spark Chaser. You can, I don't know if you're uh, subscribed to his channel or not. Great, great, great guy. Uh, but he got into some smelting last year. And, he got everything assembled for it, and, he did it all live. And he started out smelting aluminum. And, he developed a technique that he got really good at it. I mean, his aluminum bars looked amazing. Hey, Tylee, you too can be a mod. Just stick around for a little bit and let us see you're a good person, and you also be a mod. We like to make everyone moderators so they can connect to your channel and you can connect to theirs. It just makes things easier. Sweet. Steven, we'll see you later, buddy. Well, guys, I better go. Uh, I got other things to do. I just wanted to make sure that I got this golden dragon bag out of the way. So much fun. So many good stuff in it. I got to figure out what this is that's in here. That's in this quartz. It's definitely different, whatever it is. But hey, maybe you guys know. Because it's not magnetite or hematite. I know that. It may be carbonite. There is no magnetic properties to it at all. Zero. So, I will, Lisa. I'll tell her howdy for you. Thank you. And thank you for these amazing cups. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate that, my friend. And I will see you guys out there. I'll see you next time on the next episode of Gentleman Prospector, Goldgers in your cup. The best part of waking up is Goldgers in your cup. And my Goldgers is now gone, so I'm going to need another cup. I will, Tim. Everyone have a great day. Have a wonderful weekend. If the weather is nice where you're at, get out and do something. If the weather is horrible where you're at, get out and do something anyway. Just be safe. And don't. I'm the worst in the world about this is when it's cold and when the days are short and stuff. It just, you feel like you ain't got enough time, because when we go prospecting, we have to drive 4 hours to get to where we go at. Well, we got a couple places that are closer than that. We got one that about an hour and a half, 2 hours. But then the walk, it will kick your ass because you got to climb down to the bottom of the mountain, which isn't bad. Gravity helps there. But coming back out is like, oh my God. The first time I went down there, I took 2 5-gallon buckets. I've never taken 2 5-gallon buckets down there since. It took me 3 hours to get out of it. From the bottom of that, where the creek was, up to the ridge where my truck was parked. 3 hours carrying them 2 5-gallon buckets of material. But they were loaded with gold. So guys, we'll talk at you later. Have a great weekend, everybody. And if we don't see you before Monday, we'll see you Monday night with Modern Michigan Prospector and Mama Bird. We're going to be opening his mail. I believe there's some creek drop in there. And we're going to be, I'm going to test it out on some real Missouri mountain material. We'll see how it works. We'll see how good it is. Because this stuff, well, let me show you something here. You guys may not be able to see it, but again, you might. I don't know if you guys could. That is powder gold, and that came right out of the Missouri mountains where we're at. And, I was talking about density earlier. That's a half a gram of it. It don't look like a half a gram until you put it on the scales, but that little powder gold adds up, man. And, we sell gold a lot of times. We haven't here lately. We've been giving it all away, but sometimes we do sell it. And we have an assayer here in Missouri that we take it to. They love the powder. They don't care if it's big chunky chunks or little tiny powder gold. Don't matter. It all pays the same. So everyone have a wonderful day. We will talk at you later. If we don't see you before then, we'll see you Monday. If we don't see you Monday, we might see you Wednesday. If we don't see you Wednesday, hopefully we'll see you out there. Down there on the river, maybe doing a little fishing. Out there in the woods, doing a little hunting. Or over there on the creek, doing a little prospecting. Because life is all about prospecting. It's the prospect of doing and succeeding at what you set out to do. Love each and every one of you. Have a great day. Peace.